Hey, hi everyone, this is Said. I'm the founder of this company called nexxvali. Today in this video, we'll learn more about method overriding. So it is one of the very important concept in Java, and two of the concept like method overloading and method overriding, these two are the very important parts of polymorphism. Okay. So yep, without further ado, let me share my screen. I'll go to Eclipse first, and then I'll show you a presentation on method overriding. Hope you will understand it and hope you will enjoy it. So let's just give you a little disclaimer. So who is the audience for this video? So this video is for somebody who already know very little about Java. Maybe the concept is not 100% clear. That's fine. But if somebody doesn't have any knowledge about Java and doesn't know anything about what is object anything, so maybe you guys will not enjoy it. Okay, just wanted to give you a disclaimer. So if you are seeing my screen, this is my Eclipse. I have created one method, one class, which is the name of the class is father. Say for example, father, and it has some three methods. One is say car, one is house, and one is cell phone. And here I didn't make it complicated. Just wanted to check here that okay, inside the method I just put three system.out.println, which is what car should be Lexus SUV, house should be two-story, iPhone should be phone should be iPhone. So just as regular three methods. In another class, this class name is son. Say for example, son. So here. mm, it has only one method, which is toy, and then here the system.out print line is I love my toys. So as you can see, I created an object of this class inside the class, and then I'm just trying to access to this method, toy method, and then when I will run it, and you will see what happens. As you know, it will print I love my toys. Okay, that's fine. So now with this object say yes, I'm able to access only the method toy, nothing else. You see here toy, none, no method yet, no other methods, right? So and we have another class called father. So there is a magic keyword in Java which called extends. As you know, by if you know little bit about inheritance, then the magic keyword is extends. Whenever you will use that extends keyword, all the methods of the parent class will be available on the child class. So let's see what happens. Hence, that's it. That means now if you save it, if you although you have created object for this class only, you didn't create the object for the father class. Okay. So now if you click on S, you see amazingly every house and then cell phone, car, every method is there automatically. Let me show you once again. So if you without this extends keyword, if you say s dot, you will not see any car method or any house method or any cell phone method. See, because these two classes are not integrated. Okay. So now whenever you will put this magic keyword here, and then we'll put save, immediately you will get the access for all the things. You see car, you see house, you see toys. Toys is there because this is in this class. You see here, okay. So now say I call the car method from the parent class. So when I will run it, as you'd see, I love my car, I love my toys. It comes from this class only. Okay, that's fine. But car should be SUV. Car should be Lexus SUV. Here, as you can see, this method is coming from the parent class, which is the father class. Okay. So method overriding, this thing will allow me to override the method of the parent class. So for example, what happens? Let's see. So on the parent class, we have the method is called say house, say car. Okay, let's take one. Say car. So here we would override this method. Although it is on to override it, we have to use an annotation. So annotation called override. Make sure you put O capital, because every time I used to make this mistake. OVR override. That's it. So when you put override, okay. So now, say the son doesn't like Lexus, he likes Tesla. Okay, so let's see here, Tesla Model Y. Okay. So now when you will run it, you'll see the car should be Tesla Model Y. But now you may be wondering, okay, fine, we have copy pasted the method here in this class. So whatever I write it doesn't matter, right? So why it has to be on the parent class, it has to refer to the parent class. Okay, let's see. Say since you have overridden this, so say for example, if you put any change in the method, say for example car2, immediately it will show an error, because this method is not a part of this class. This method is only and only a part of the parent class, and you have overridden that. That means if the child class doesn't like the implementation of the parent class methods, then the child class can override it. So here on the original parent class, what it was, the car was Lexus, and here the car is Tesla. So this is an added advantage in Java. It will allow me to override any method of another class that I don't like or I need to change based on the requirement. I can change it. So that is an added advantage. So let's see. Let's go to the presentation and see what happens. I'll have created a presentation for you. So okay, so in a simple term, so method overriding means changing parent class method inside child class. Okay, that means whenever you will be dealing with overriding, make sure every time you say about the parent class and child class, overriding will only and only will take place inside the child class of the parent class method. That means a method or a bulk, a few methods are there in the parent class, we can override in the child class. That is the simple thing as method overriding. Okay, so now as we know, right, in a method there are several parts. One is access modifier, we have return type, we have a method name, we have parameters. So many parts of the methods are there. So which part I can modify? Okay, the first thing is, can I change the access modifier? And the answer is yes and no, both yes and no. Let me show you what I mean by that, yes and no. Yes, you can change the access modifier, but you have to follow certain rules. That is, let me show you. Say on the parent class, the access modifier. Yeah. So as I was saying that, so you cannot you cannot close the access modifier. You have either you can keep it same or you can make it open. So what I mean by is that, so on the parent class the access modifier is public. Public means all open. So if I make it uh, default, which is less than public, on the uh, on the child class also default, that means it is exactly the same. If I make it now from default, either I can, if you want to open it, you can make it public. If you want to make the access reduced access, then you can make it protected. And let's see, we'll try both of the things. We'll try first public and it see if there is any error, and we'll try with private if there is any error. Okay, so let's try with private first. Sorry, I'm just changing this other method here. So let's private. You see, immediately it's showing an error. You cannot shrink the access. Whatever access is there on the parent class, either you have to keep it same or you can increase it. Okay, so on the parent class it is default. So now let's make it public. See, there is no error. That means, so this is what I'm trying to say is that access modifier you cannot shrink the access, you can only make it open in the child class. Okay. Number two, return type. Can you change the return type? The answer is again yes and no. Generally, you cannot change the return type, but if it is a covariant return type, then you can change it. But covariant is another big term, so I don't want to discuss it now. But remember one thing, that return type. So if I go to Eclipse, the return type of this method is void, right? And if you go to further class, the return is void, void, void. If you have any return type on this, say int, you may have string. So in that case, if there is any covariant return type, then you can change it. But generally, you cannot change the return type in the child class. So you cannot override the return type. Okay. Number three, can you change the method name? Of course not. You can, let's see what happens. Say I have this class name is car. Okay, parent class and then name is car. On the child class, can I make like car 2? Immediately it will show an error because this the name of the class, the name of the method is exactly defined on the parent class. You cannot change the name. Okay, so next thing, can you change the parameter? No, you cannot change the parameter. Java will give you a left and right. Okay, so in Hindi we say, আমরা বলি না যে কান के नीचे एक दूंगा. It's like that. So you cannot change the parameter as well. And okay, there's another funny thing. So if the method of the parent class is static, say for example, I say static void. Okay, if the method, you see immediately there is an error it is showing. You see, you cannot change the static method. So let me remove this static and let's see what happens. Save. You see, no error. Okay, so let me run it. I love my toys, which come from here, and model should be Tesla Model Y because I have overridden this method. Okay, if the parent wants this to be a static one, then immediately there will be an error because static method you cannot override. So static method, no. Final method, say for example, if the method is final method, can I change it? Generally, the thumb rule is you cannot override a final method. Let's see what happens. Say final keyword. No, you cannot change it. So static and final, other than static and final, you can change the other methods if you follow the rule. So just wanted to make sure one thing. uh, in the previous slide I said static method you cannot change it, right? This concept of Java is called method hiding. Just wanted to rewind this concept. It's called method hiding. Static method you cannot override, final method you cannot override. Okay, now let's show you a very beautiful keyword called super keyword. So what this guy will do, this guy will allow me to use the parent method as it is. So if, say for example, if I need to, after say I have overridden the method in the child class, but I like to go exactly what the method was in the parent class, how to do it. So let's show you. So here, if I say super car, see now to make it to just so that you don't get confused. So when I will run it, you see, it exactly gets the parent method. It exactly gets the parent method. Okay, so super keyword is a powerful keyword that refers to the parent method attributes. So when I will put super, then it will immediately refer it to the original method. No matter if you override it or not, doesn't matter. It will override the override. Okay. So yeah, so method overriding is called runtime polymorphism. Just wanted to make things clear to you. There are two types of polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism. In my other videos for method overloading, I have showed that how why method overloading is called um, compile time polymorphism, and here method overriding is called runtime polymorphism. So now a question may come. So why should we use it? So if you simply create an object of a class, you have to use the method as it is. Say now, if you go to my Eclipse, right? Instead of creating this, instead of using this extends keyword, if I created the object of this father class, just father, f equals new father, and then I would have used the father objects on the methods and everything as it is. I cannot, I could not override that. I could not make any change. Whatever there it was, I have to use it the same way. But here method overriding, uh, uh, method overriding over overriding gives us a freedom to change the implementation, right? It gives us freedom. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you are on your method overriding concept is clear to you. So in a very simple term, you have one or two methods in a parent class, and with the help of overriding, you can change the implementation of those methods inside the child class. Okay, this is method overriding. In a real life programming, you don't have one or two classes, you may have 50, 60 classes. Okay, so on those classes, if you can override some method of the other class, that would be great, the benefit for you. You don't have to write the code again and again. Okay, you can reuse the code, and then slight modification you can do on your class. Okay, so that is a great advantage of Java, that has given us to override the method of a parent class. And remember one thing: overriding concept is only and only related to inheritance. Okay, so if you if you do not inherit a method, if you do not inherit a class, you cannot override that method of the class. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I'll not make the video longer. From nexxvali, as I say this in all my videos, we make the concept clear to you. Our main goal is to make the concept, hard concept, easily delivered to you. Okay, thanks for everyone.